What's up? What's up? It's Regal Savvy here, bringing you my first attempt at a Deadlock video. This time on why you're playing Victor wrong. Yep, why you're playing him wrong, and a shift in my gameplay that helped me hit Oracle for the first time this week. So, yes, why should you listen to me? No, I'm not the number one Victor player on NA or wherever. Probably not even top 1,000 in the world at this point. But I am a player that has been grinding away at Deadlock, primarily playing Victor, one tricking him for the most part, and solo queuing all the way to Oracle. I know some of you here were on that same grind as me, and this video is for you. This might be someone that's either trying to push out of the emissary, just hard stuck there with Victor. They can't just develop that next level to their game with him, or you're somebody that's just starting your Victor journey, whether that's new to the game, you want to pick up the character, or you've been playing the game for a bit but want to shift over and try Victor. This video is for you because this shift in how you play, how you approach the game with Victor will gradually help you in taking over lobbies early, not relying on your teammates early on in the game, not having to wait until the 25th minute to play the game and okay, now I got my souls. Um, this video is to help you guys elevate your carrying ability on this character. So, what is that main mistake that Victor players are making? The main mistake I see a lot of players below Oracle making when playing Victor, and I did this for a long time, is you're stuck on this perception of Victor being a farm bot, a character that is just sitting in side lane, not being active on the map, not joining fights, not being um, aggressive in trades because you're just AFK farming until you get your items, and then hey, look, we got a Victor on our team in the 30th minute. See, what I don't like about this approach is that it forces you to rely too much on teammates, and you want to be dictating the game. You want to be the one that's setting the tone early. So, in this video, I'm going to provide for you just a lot of practical tips that you can apply into your game using this character um, more aggressively into the maximum of his potential. You're really wasting Victor's potential if you're playing him as a farm bot. Wait till wait till your 30k souls type of character. Yes, he's great at that. And also, just sort of a disclaimer, this applies a little bit more to Spirit Victor. This is definitely still like applicable to Gun Victor. I've played both. I play all of them. However, prefer the Spirit. I think that's really fully maximizing his kit the best, and it also allows for this more aggressive play style early on. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull up a replay from my most recent game here. This is an Oracle 3 lobby when I played this game. This replay showcases what I think is a really strong laning phase from a Victor perspective. And I'm gonna go just as you're watching the video footage behind me, just kind of keep note of what I'm doing, the trades that I'm taking, how quickly we'll get a kill. You'll see how quickly you can rank up kills and start snowballing the game with Victor when playing with this playstyle and what I think you guys should be doing. So first, your main goal in lane, particularly Oracle down, or if you're new to Victor, your main goal in lane, some people say, "Oh, it's just to survive." I hate when people think Victor's laning phase is just a, "Hey, let me just get by so I can make it to 20th minute or to 25k souls." That's a huge mistake. Your main goal in lane with Victor, particularly at this elo, against people that don't know how to take care of their health, don't know how to trade it, don't really know the limitations of their character and your character, is to get them low enough so right when you get ultimate, you can dive them. That should be your goal in these games. You want to get at least one laner and focus that laner to get them low enough to dive them with ult. In this particular example, me and Dorman were facing a Shiv and Seven. As you can see, this Seven is already half health, and we're about a minute and a half in. And all of my poke and Dorman's as well. I don't know who Dorman. This isn't my duo. I'm a solo queue player, but my goal in this lane is I want to target Seven as much as possible and poke him because he's immobile and not too strong early and can't really do too much about it early on. So I'm going to run down a list of tips and advice to allow you to play this way in every single game, despite your opponent, despite what rank you are, between Oracle and below, and maybe even like Phantom at this stage. But here, look, getting a kill on Victor less than 2 minutes in, Oracle 3 lobby, like that's what this character is capable of. And these are decent players. These aren't like amazing players, but these are some decent players that have strong fundamentals in the game. And so I want to teach you how to be able to do this in your lobbies as well. So number one, it starts at the beginning of the game. You need to choose who you're laning against wisely. You need to choose to lane against opponents that have either low mobility or low or a bad matchup for them into Victor. So an example in this particular game is I'm laning against a 7. I'm very intentional about laning against a 7. I stayed in this lane because I know 7 is someone that I can abuse early on because they have low mobility. Other examples of low mobility characters are like a McGinnis, a Venator, a Rem. These are characters that struggle to get away with you, especially once you have your 3 leveled up. And we'll go into that a little bit later, into the actual how to kind of level and use your kit to play it this way and leverage it. But find a lane that's either has no mobility or is weak against Victor particularly. Another example of that is Pocket. Pocket has a natural weakness to spirit damage, has a lot of mobility, but has a natural weakness to spirit damage. You want to be in that lane every time because your one or your pain battery just like chunks him down over and over again until you're able to dive him. So that's the first step, is make sure to get into a lane that you can punish and you can trade with effectively. And 2 kind of characteristics to look for. Number 1, they're immobile. Number 2, weak against Victor particularly. And that comes with experience and time. A bonus, if you can lane with somebody who is good at poking, in this case I'll have Dorman. Dorman's great because he has his bell. So my pain batteries and his bells can chunk enemies down if we're focusing the same person. And also, make sure to stay in chat like, hey, let's focus this character. Hey, poke this character with me because we can get them low. Make sure you're also communicating that to your partner. Or another option is if you have somebody that's like if you don't have somebody that's good at poking, say Infernus, a Mirage, a Viper, try and lane with somebody that can help you sustain. Take even more sufficient and effective trades. So like a Page, a Rem, an Ivy. These are characters that can not only trade well because from their own damage, but they can also give you a shield. They can heal you. So you're getting even more sustain after these trades. So you can just bully your opponent's lane. You can bully them out of lane or bully them into a point where you can dive them. So you have to say, hey, you're going to stay here and die, or you're going to leave the lane, right? So the typical trade pattern you want to look for in Victor is using your pain battery, your 1, as soon as off cooldown. And this is where being aggressive is so important, because this is a really unique skill. This skill charges up on damage you take. If you're playing super safe, never taking trades, never taking fights, never, just constantly going back and forth with your opponents, you're never gonna be able to capitalize on this ability. You're never gonna be able to use it. You need to charge it up. You charge it up using your jumpstart E, right? That's another skill we're gonna talk about here shortly. Your jumpstart E, and you charge it by taking damage. So another advantage of this playstyle and why I think this is the right way of playing Victor is because even your kit it just seems to be built for this kind of skirmishing trading style of play, with the way that pain battery is charged up as an ability and your jump start. So make sure to be using that off cooldown. Use that off cooldown. You fight, use your gun, and then pop your jump start or your 2 to heal yourself up and go right back in again. It's just very few characters in the game that can sustain their health taking that kind of trade every time. There's very few characters in the game that can sustain their own health in doing that. My next tip is use your gun. So, the first mistake I made, one of the main reasons I picked up Victor early on was because I suck at aiming. I said, oh look, that's beautiful. I don't have to aim with Victor. I can just get up close to them, have my aura and just AFK beside them and they'll take all the damage. That was a huge mistake. That was a huge mistake to start. And as soon as I started actually leveraging his gun and using it as my primary, it was one of my primary poking tools early in the game, is when I started seeing real huge advances in my Victor gameplay and in my climb. You as a character have one of the better guns in the game. There's a reason why Gun Victor is arguably the best version of Victor right now. It's because you have a good gun. The weakness of your gun is range. So you need to learn the optimal ranges to use your gun in. Like this range right now that you see how I'm just like this 7 is just eating bullets from me. Like anytime I have a clear shot on him in like sort of a mid to close range, they're eating bullets from me, right? So leverage your gun, leverage having one of the better guns, even on the Spirit Victor early on. This is how you're going to be able to win out those trades, is not only through your pain batteries and through your jump starts, it's also going to be through your raw gun damage, a combination of those three elements. um Now, another bit of advice I have, this is more so geared towards uh how you level your abilities. So something that I like to do, not all Victors do this, but one of the huge changes that really allowed us Victor players the ability to be even more aggressive early on was two things. Number one is the ult, a quicker ultimate, and leveling that ultimate first, along with the gun changes. If you pop your ultimate, right, that one that gives you that first boon, that first little level up that gives you the additional spirit damage on your shots, like that was huge in allowing a more aggressive playstyle and leveraging our revive ability. So number one is um, those changes when it comes to the ult itself were massive. Number two was the slow onto your three, your aura. That first level up ability in your aura is massive. I love to put an early point into this as my first level up in the game. As soon as I get three, I immediately leveled up. And okay, I don't always do this, but if you are healthy enough in lane, so you don't need to level your jumpstart seconds, I recommend leveling your three and immediately dumping 1 point to get the slow in it as soon as possible. If you and your lane partner are just dominating your lane, you have plenty of health and just an opportunity to dive them, skip leveling jumpstart second and go right into your three, into the slow aura level up, and try and get that kill. That's how you leverage health advantage in lane. If there's no point in getting your jump start if you're full health and you're out poking your opponent. Like nah, like find a way to try and kill him early. So that's my advice when it comes to actually approaching leveling your abilities in lane. Is if you're up on health, you're poking them well, they're getting low, you see an opportunity to potentially kill them in the next 30 seconds to a minute. Level your aura first, get the slow, and run them down. Run them guys down. Um, if it's pretty even, go with your jump start. And if you're just like struggling, getting outpoked, then of course you have to go jump start. That's how you're gonna get back into it. So that's my advice when it comes to the actual leveling abilities. Now, what's the last thing you can do to sort of help push this playstyle and boost it in lane? That's going to be itemization. So this right here is a perfect timing because laning phase is normally done around 10 to 12 minutes. Okay, so you guys saw what like a laning phase looks like for me, what to be doing in that laning phase, and how aggressive you can get at with Victor in lane. Like you don't need to be bullied. That you should be the bully. You are the bully as Victor. So the last little thing I want to talk about here is actual how you can use your build to leverage that play style. So this is just my personal build. This is using a culmination of different Victor players that I respect throughout the community and just kind of fine tuning it to my own play style, what I value in my Victor gameplay. And these three items to start the game are, oof, they're just chef's kiss to this playstyle. Improve spirit gives you more damage on your pain battery, your one, but it also gives you out of combat regen. And Victor also naturally gets more regen out of his spirit damage, gets scaling from the spirit. He gets more regen from that as well as the character himself. Like it's an innate characteristic of this character. So spirit is really really valuable. Um, Extra charge. I try to time this to when I level my two. So as I told you, if I'm dominating the lane and I get my three instead of my two, because I'm very healthy, I will delay this until I do get my two. I will either go into an extra regen, or I will go and just maximize and max out my improved spirit to the level 2 version. So you have the 800 soul version, right? And then you have the upgrade at the 1600 mark. I'll just upgrade my damage. If I'm winning lane and I don't need the extra sustain, I'll just upgrade my damage to try and keep pushing again for those kills. So when I do get my two, is when I immediately get extra charge. This helps again boost your ability to take trades, to remain healthy in lane, and then more often than not, depending on how the flow of the game is, I will get a heal bane right after. This item is so sick because it gives you spirit power. It's a green item, so it also makes you tankier, and it also provides healing reduction, which kills so many characters in this game, and they don't expect it that early. It also gives you sustain when you do get a kill. So in this style, we're trying to push in, dive, kill opposing characters, get out, rinse, repeat. Healbane allows you to heal after you get a kill. So maybe you make that dive and you're just low health enough where the tower can get you. A lot of times Healbane will push that health up to the point where you can safely get out, even without your ult, having to use your ult and diving in. Now, this is a little more like kind of later into the late laning phase. I just really wanted to highlight these first four items as just like healer killer core of this aggressive Victor playstyle because they're cheap, but you get so much value out of them. Kind of later into the laning phase of the game. This video is already getting a little bit long, so I'm going to wrap up here soon. Later into like the late part of the laning phase, healing booster uh, plus surge of power on your two takes your healing on your jumpstart to insane levels. You're popping it for like no joke, like 350 to 500 healing. Once you have the purple, your purple like threshold, your spirit investment here. Once you hit that 4.8 spike with improved spirit, extra charge, surge of power, and you're popping this thing on your jumpstart, you're literally healing for 500 health. Like you used to rely on your pain battery to do that healing, like the max version of your pain battery to do that. But honestly, just having this core items up until Surge of Power and your E, like you're always good. And you're gonna win and out trade almost anybody in the game. So the video is here at 18 minutes. That's kind of all I have. I really hope this video was helpful. I would love any feedback on the video, any constructive feedback on it. If this was helpful, yeah, please let me know. I might make some more videos on the channel regarding Deadlock. This is more so for me to kind of track and log my journey within the game, which I'm having a great time in. I'm trying to get even better every day, trying to improve gradually every single day. But with that said, thank you so much for tuning in. If you stayed to the end, I can't thank you enough. I have this incredible gratitude for you and your time. And, well, maybe I'll see you again here soon. Peace.